Greetings, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the Trinity 369 portal. I am Paula G, your intuitive coach, your spiritual coach, your psychic medium, your soul sister, starseed. I was asked and guided to come on board because this morning as I opened my eyes, it was probably 4 something in the morning, and I kept hearing, who am I? Who am I? Where is my soul? Where is my soul? And I've had that question coming up. 4400 timer, as I said that years ago. This voice within me just kept asking, who am I? Who is Paula? Who is Paula G? And I became curious, like, who is talking? First of all, who's talking? Who's asking the question? 111 under timer. And I kept asking, okay, who is this? Who is this voice speaking to me? And 122 under timer. I keep catching these numbers, so they might mean something to you. First of all, how are you? How are you doing? Thank you for being on board, for coming on board, 144 under timer. And I wanted to take this time to thank you. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for following our channel, the Trinity 369 portal. Thank you for the beautiful conversations, the comments, the likes, the saving videos. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I see you. I am in complete gratitude for your essence, your presence, and your existence. I appreciate you so very, very much. You are here on this channel for a reason, as always. There's always a divine reason. So I am grateful that your soul and my soul has connected with one another, has attracted one another's energetic frequencies, hearts. And that you are resonating well with the messages, because they're your messages. Your higher self, your spiritual team, my higher self, my spiritual team, our oversouls are in collaboration. So when you're here, you're meant to be. You're meant to be. As always, follow the voice of your soul, your intuition, always, and use your own discernment. Whatever serves you, let it be. And whatever is not serving you, you detach, you release, you let go. It might resonate later on. If it doesn't, that's quite all right. Let's leave it to those that will resonate with. So anyway, going back to the message that was coming in loud and clear, and my phone notification just lit up. So confirmation for what we just spoke about. So yes, I kept hearing, who am I? And where is my soul? Where is my soul? What is my soul? Right? And I wanted to share, this is one of my journals. I have many, many journals, and this is one of my journals. This is my handwriting, and Paula G. And from this one, I was awoken at 3:45 a.m. in January 15th, 2024. And my guides asked me to look up the information from that day. and it was related. I had started and continuing the reprogramming of my minds by self-hypnosis. And what I mean with that is, as the collective consciousness of Bashar has also mentioned, one of the techniques for self-hypnosis is to record your own voice with any, for example, mantras, or if you feel comfortable with affirmations, just having conversations with yourself, with your higher self, or with, if you want to connect with your inner child, whatever it is that you are requiring and you're being guided to record with your voice. And if you're also being guided to add a frequency, a hertz of music to that, then you do so. Whatever is resonating with you, whatever you're being guided, record that. The sound of your voice speaking to yourself. And you listen to that when you go to sleep. You fall asleep listening to that. And we were guided to do that a couple of years ago. And once in a while, we do it again to kind of reconnect. And in this particular day, January 15th, 2024, at 3:45 in the morning, I was awoken with the same question. Who am I? Where is my soul? What is my soul? And today I heard the same. This time it felt more as a collective, the collective consciousness. I was picking up on this question that you've been asking, who am I? Where is my soul? What is my soul? So we're here to kind of just very briefly, very quickly, very basic explanation of something that you already know. Something that you already know. And if you know this, it's more as a reset, just like the last video. This is a reset of your mind, consciousness and subconscious, higher self, and the ego personas. So it's a reset. We're always constantly resetting, but because the reset is what they're showing me is, this is an intuitive message. This is also a downloads and channel messages from my guides, the divine benevolent beings of the multidimensional, interdimensional, celestial beings, your higher self. This feels as a collective consciousness, collective reading. So you have been asking that question as well as kind of a refresher, like a restart, a reset. And one of the things that my guys asked me to show is a drawing. As an intuitive artist, I pick on these visions and these images, and I put them down as drawings and also sometimes as symbols. So this is the brain, right? This is the frontal lobe, the occipital, which is the back of the brain, and this is the other hemispheres of the brain. So here, if you see this as the frontal lobe, and it's also the prefrontal cortex is known, is where the higher divine consciousness is. The divine high consciousness is. And this is what is called, what I wrote, the seed of consciousness mind. This is where the seed is planted. This is where your persona, your ID, even your spirituality and your creativity are. That is that connection with your divine, with the Christ consciousness lays here. And everything else is the mind, is the subconscious mind. 10-10 on the timer. And 90% of the brain is in the back of that. And that is the master intelligent computer, which is the brain is a computer, not like a computer. The brain is the computer. And where's the soul? The soul is a part of Christ consciousness, a part of Source Creator. We are part of that, and it is within us. It is the voice of our intuition. It is where your persona is, part of your ID as well. Emotions, feelings, I'm picking up on that. The thoughts are in the mind, but the soul holds the feelings, emotions, the creativity, part of your identity. As the soul is that part of Christ consciousness, creator source, experiencing as the observer of our persona, the observer of our soul, the observer of our souls, of our emotions. So the soul is the observer of us having the experience and is sending it back to creator source energy. So being part of creator source energy, our soul, we are Christ consciousness. We are the creator source. And we're just observing us having the experience. And so as the soul being the voice of our intuition, that is what we are being called and required. And I hear is resetting itself. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the timer. 12, 34 on the timer. So I hope you're still following me. You're still following us. And there's two minds, the higher conscious and subconscious. The soul, the spirit. The spirit is the spark that it was put into the soul to awaken and to still have that connectivity with Source Creator. 13:13 on the timer. And this is where the question is, who am I? You are Source. We are part of Source energy, and the soul is part, and the spirit is the spark that ignites that. And we are observing our persona. And Source is experiencing our life through us, because we are it. I am the I am. It might get a little bit complicated, but I truly believe that there's a reason why this message came through now, because of the reset that is occurring. It's like the switch has been turned on to another, like a radio station. I hear radio station. There's a new tune that we didn't know that it was there, and now has been found as we tuned in, tapped in, turned on with our Christ consciousness. 14:44 on the timer with our soul. And being required and guided to only listen to the voice of your soul, your intuition. Even through this message, I follow what I'm being guided, what I am channeling, what I am receiving, what I am picking up. I trust that fully and completely. And that is the reason why we're here today, reminding you that you are Christ consciousness, that you are a creative vibrational being, that you hold and you have and you are the wisdom, the knowledge, the creative power to design and to create the realities that you dream of, that you desire, that you deserve. You hold that power, you hold that wisdom, you hold that knowledge. You're being reminded, reset, reconnect. So this is the message for today. It's quick, simple, basic, but yet very intentional to poke you a little bit and go deep within. Ask yourself, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Not what surrounds you, not the outside world, but your inside world, your own uniqueness, your abilities, your talents, your skills I learn, but your talents, your God-given abilities, you're a creative vibrational being, that we all have in this human experience. So source energy is also experiencing, and we are observing our ID, our persona, our emotions, our feelings, our thoughts, and reminding ourselves to continue merging, go deeper, and to reconnect with that which you already are. And of course, that means commitment to yourself, responsibility, accountability for yourself. It is no one else's business how you do it, how you go by doing it, as long as you are being kind to yourself, loving to yourself, not sabotaging yourself, and also not doing the same for others. Because as you do for yourself, as you be with yourself, as you treat yourself, that has a ripple effect. It has a ripple effect, right? Even though you're not responsible for the way others picks that up, picks that frequency up, right? And how they react upon it, or how they communicate about it, or how they believe or comment about it. You're not responsible for any of that. You're only responsible for yourself, and how you choose to expand that knowledge, to expand that wisdom, to expand that love, that divinity. That is your responsibility. That is where you commit to continue working with your higher self, working with your team, your spirit team, We do have spirit teams. We do have angelic beings, celestial beings, elementals, multidimensional, interdimensional. We have a multitude of dragons, spirit animals. We have a multitude, our oversouls of support. Yet, you're being asked, 2020 under timer, to go deeper, to find your soul, to listen to the voice of your soul, your intuition, and to just go deeper so you continue healing the wounds that are still there, might be there, or they're hiding behind band-aids. I apologize for the background noise. We are not alone. We're not alone. That is a confirmation. For me, that is, I'll take that as a confirmation. Just get in the blender and just, blend all that good stuff and let it come up. Let it come up, right? So, thank you. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much for sticking around with us. Thank you once again for being here on board the Trinity 369 portal by entering your own portal through this portal, because as you know, we are all portals. So we wish you all the very best in this beautiful day, and another beautiful day wherever you are, in any part of the cosmos, the universe, the parallels, the planets, the realities in the world. Just remember that there is so much love here for you. End of transmission. And by the way, feel free to leave a comment. Tell me where you are listening this, where you're watching this from. Much love, authentically yours, Paula G.